Now, all the religions, they basically say that we should do good and we should not do bad. For example, all religions say, the major world religions, they say that we should not rob. Christianity says that, Hinduism says that, Islam says that. So what is the difference between Islam and the other religions? Islam, besides saying that we should not rob, it shows us a practical way in which people will not rob. In Islam, we have the system of zakah. Every rich person who has a saving of more than nisab level, he should give 2.5% of his saving every lunar year in charity. If every rich man gives charity, poverty will eradicate from this world. There will not be a single human being who will die of hunger. And after that, if any man robs, chopping of the hands. Certain people might say chopping of the hands in this 21st century. Islam is a barbaric religion. Islam is a ruthless religion. America, happening to be one of the most advanced countries in the world, it has the highest rate of crime and theft. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran in Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter number 5, verse number 32, وَالسَّارِقُ وَالسَّارِقَةُ فَقَطَعُوا أَيْدِيَهُمَا جَزَاءً بِمَا كَسَبَا نَكَالًا مِّنَ اللَّهِ. As for the one guilty of thief, whether it be man or woman, chop off their hands as a punishment from the Lord for their crime. So if anyone robs, the Islamic Sharia says their hand should be chopped off. America, happening to be one of the most advanced countries in the world, it has the highest rate of crime and theft and robbery. I'm asking the question that if you implement the Islamic Sharia, that every rich person who has a saving of more than the nisab level of more than 85 grams of gold, he should give 2.5% of his saving every lunar year in charity. And after that, if any man robs, chopping of the hands. I am asking the question, will the rate of robbery in America, will it increase? Will it remain the same, or will it decrease? Will it increase? Will it remain the same, or will it decrease? I cannot hear you. But naturally it will decrease. You implement the Sharia and you get results. That's the reason. The Islamic Sharia, it is a practical law. I would like to give you another example. All religions say that we should not molest a woman, we should not rape a woman. Islam says that, Christianity says that, Hinduism says that. So what's the difference between Islam and the other religions? Islam, besides saying that you should not molest a woman, you should not rape a woman, it shows us a state in which people will not molest a woman and women will be respected. In Islam, we have a system of hijab. Many people talk about hijab for the woman. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first talks about hijab for the man in Surah An-Nur, chapter number 24, verse number 30. قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ. Say to the believing man that he should lower his gaze and guard his modesty. Whenever any man looks at any woman, if any brazen thought, if any unashamed thought comes to his mind, he should lower his gaze. And the next verse of Surah An-Nur, chapter number 24, verse number 31. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about hijab for the woman. قل للمؤمنات يغضضن من أبصارهن ويحفظن فروجهن ولا يبدين زينتهن إلا ما ظهر منها وَلْيَضْرِبْنَ بِخُمُرِهِنَّ عَلَى جُيُوبِهِنَّ. Say to the believing woman that she should lower her gaze and guard her modesty, and display not her beauty except what is ordinary thereof, and tell her to draw her veil over her bosoms, and display not her beauty except in front of their husbands, their fathers, their sons. And there is a big list of mehrams, of close relatives who you cannot marry. There are basically 6 criteria for hijab that are mentioned in the glorious Quran. The first is the extent for the man and for the woman. For the man, it is from the navel to the knee. For the woman, it is a complete body should be covered. The only parts that can be seen are the face and the hands up to the wrist. The remaining 5 criteria are same for the man and for the woman. The second, the clothes they wear, it should be loose. It should not be tight-fitting. It should not reveal the figure. The third, it should not be translucent or transparent. The fourth, it should not be so glamorous that it attracts the opposite gender. The fifth, it should not be that of the opposite gender. And the sixth, it should not resemble that of the unbelievers. These are basically 6 criteria for hijab that are mentioned in the glorious Quran and the authentic hadith. But this does not consist of the complete hijab. You have hijab of the eyes, hijab the way you walk, hijab the way you talk. This consists of the complete hijab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran, in Surah Al-Ahzab, chapter number 33, verse number 59, يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك ونساء المؤمنين يدنين عليهن من جلابيبهن. O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the believing women that when they go abroad to put on the cloak, so that they shall be recognized and it will prevent them from being molested. So hijab has been prescribed for the woman so that it protects the woman, and hijab does not subjugate the woman. I would like to give you an example of twin sisters who are walking down the streets of Cafe, and both of them are equally beautiful. One is dressed in the Islamic hijab, that is, the complete body is covered, the only parts that can be seen are the face and the hands up to the wrist. The other sister, she is dressed in the mini skirts or shorts, in the Western attire with the deep neck. And there is a hooligan, there is a ruffian who is waiting for a catch, who is waiting to tease a girl. I am asking the question, which girl will he tease? Will he tease the girl in the Islamic hijab, or will he tease the girl in the mini skirts or shorts? Which girl will he tease? Which girl will he tease? I cannot hear you. But natural, he will tease the girl in the mini skirts or shorts. You invite, so you'll receive. In Islam, we have a system of hijab. And after that the woman, her complete body should be covered. The only parts that can be seen are the face and hands up to the wrist. And the man, he should lower his gaze. And after that, if any man rapes any woman, capital punishment, death penalty. Some people might say, death penalty, such a barbaric law in this 21st century. Islam is a barbaric religion. Islam is a ruthless religion. And if you happen to ask this non-Muslims, that God forbid if someone rapes your mother, if someone rapes your sister, and the rapist is brought in front of you, what punishment will you give him? Believe me, 100% will say, we will put him to death. Some will go to the extent that we will torture him to death. If someone rapes your mother, if someone rapes your sister, you want to put him to death. You want to torture him to death. If someone rapes someone else's mother, someone else's sister, you say death penalty is such a barbaric law. Why these double standards? USA, happening to be one of the most advanced countries in the world, it has the highest rate of rape. According to the FBI report, in the year 1990 alone, 1756 cases of rapes took place. 1996, 2,713. Maybe the Americans, they got bolder in the span of 6 years. I am asking the question that if you implement the Islamic Sharia, that the men, they should lower their gaze, and the woman, her complete body should be covered. The only parts that can be seen are the face and the hands up to the wrist. And after that, if any man rapes any woman, capital punishment, death penalty. I am asking the question, will the rate of rape in America, will it increase? Will it remain the same? Or will it decrease? But naturally it will decrease. The Islamic Sharia, it is a practical law. So the moment you implement the Islamic Sharia, you will get results. The woman's liberalization, claiming to uplift the woman, they have actually degraded her to a status of concubines, mistresses, society butterflies, which are mere tools in the hands of pleasure seekers and sex marketers, which are hidden behind the colorful screen of art and culture. The woman's liberalization, claiming to uplift the woman, they have actually degraded her. Islam gave women their due rights. Islam does not subjugate the woman, but rather Islam has uplifted the woman. And today we see, whether it be in the international newspapers, in the magazines, previously, several years back, it was not very common to see obscene photographs. But now we see it is very common on the internet, in the magazines, on YouTube. It is very common. And many a times we see in the ads as well, there are women. And we see in many of the ads for a motorcycle, invariably there is a woman in the ad. What is the percentage of women riding motorcycle? Maybe 1 or 2%. But yet, invariably, in an ad of a motorcycle, you will find a woman. And I was told that there was a very famous BMW ad. Do you know some people, they like Mercedes because it is comfortable. The youngsters, they like BMW because it has a better pickup, it has better horsepower, etc. It is the most sporty car. So I was told that there was a very famous BMW ad, and in front of the BMW, there was a woman in a bikini who was standing in front of the BMW car, and the ad read, "Test drive her now." Who? The girl of the car. So, unfortunately, the Western media, the Western civilization, they are subjugating the woman. In the name of woman liberalization, they are selling our daughters, they are selling our mothers. We love our daughters, we love our mothers. So Islam has not subjugated the woman. The hijab, it has not subjugated the woman, but rather it gives women their due rights, and it has uplifted the status of women in Islam. So the more the media tries to malign Islam, the faster Islam grows. And we see, for example, even the celebrities, those who are famous football stars, along with them, you will find that the media promotes their girlfriends. What has the girlfriend got to do with the playing style of the footballer? So here we see the media, in the name of women liberalization, it is not uplifting the woman, but rather they are selling their daughters, selling their mothers. We love our daughters. Islam has given women their due rights, and we want the woman to be dressed up modestly. Islam has uplifted the woman. So Islam, besides teaching good, it shows us a practical way how to achieve that state of goodness. Islam, it is a solution for humanity. The glorious Quran, it has a solution to the problems of humanity.